We are back for another series of dumb shit I saw on the internet this month. I feel like last month I got really organized and everything had a category and there were multiple things in each category. And this month, but I feel like that's gonna be a lot more fun for you only because since I don't have a great script in front of me, this might be a little unhinged. So let's just start it up and let's go. Ladder's back, everybody. I feel like we just have to put them first, get them out of the way, because they're posting crazy shit every month. I have had people comment on these videos and be like, Ladder, you mean the app? You mean Kelly Matthews' amazing app with all of the coaches who are certified and really smart? That's the one I mean. Yeah, I don't care how amazing your coaches is. If this is how you talk to your client, I'm not giving you money. Let's read. Respectfully, girl, get your shit together. It's crunch time. We have 10 weeks till Memorial Day weekend. What are you doing? Stop sitting around wishing to become a healthier, fitter version of yourself. Go out and do it. I started 2 weeks ago and I'm already leaner, less bloated, and more confident. Come join me. So are we just yelling at people now? Is that how we're motivating them? Are we like going full circle back to Jillian Michaels, like Biggest Loser type of era? We're just yelling now. Obviously, this is short form content, and obviously the solution to someone's problem is join this app, right? And that's a great start, but I think we also have to talk about like the implementation of building a workout routine, the implementation of building healthy, nutritious habits, because the advice of go out and do it is super unhelpful. It's the same way that I talked about in the Oprah video of like the advice of eat less and do more is not helpful. We don't live in a society where that's easy to implement. It's possible, but it's not easy. So for a big app with all of these really fancy trainers on it and coaches with lots of education, this doesn't seem very helpful.
Bone got a couple cracks on it. Oh well, put boy on the retina. People show and tell, something spicy in my drink.
And once again, we are still talking about cortisol. I made a whole video about cortisol if you want to know more about it, but essentially it is your stress hormone, to put it so simply. And there are a lot of different ways to have stress on the body. If you're stressed about work, if you go to the gym, that is a form of physical stress. If you didn't sleep very well, that's gonna be stressful on your body. So there's a lot of different types of stress, and stress is a very normal part of life, and your body, as long as it is functioning correctly, can handle stress absolutely fine. It is possible for your cortisol to be elevated more and more often than it should be, but the only way for you to know that is to go get some lab tests done. Unfortunately, right now, every scam influencer is demonizing cortisol as like it should be at 0 at all times. And if you have any symptom in your day that is not agreeable with the perfect lifestyle, it's because your cortisol's high and you should buy my program. Obviously, this video is saying like, if you don't wake up well in the morning and you're a little more active at night, that means your cortisol's high. It might mean that, but it doesn't mean that. I also want to point this out because there was a comment underneath that said, all my symptoms match perfectly to high cortisol, but my cortisol test came back normal. And you know, for this person, that must be super frustrating because you have all of these people online saying if you have X, Y, and Z symptoms, that equals high cortisol. So you go to your doctor, which is the right thing to do, to confirm that, and it comes back that your cortisol levels are actually not super elevated. So then what's the issue? And that can be super frustrating, right? How you don't handle that, as this creator did, is saying, yes, this happens. Trust your instincts. If you need tips to help, DM me on IG. Ignore what the lab said and trust your instincts. Now, let me put a big, pull the emergency brake on the subway right here. Obviously, there are plenty of situations where you know your body better than your doctor. And there are situations, and I've had to do it too, where I have to fight for I know something's wrong. I know this isn't right. I know my body and this isn't right. And I'm not saying don't fight toward that instinct. What I'm saying is that you probably had no idea what cortisol was before influencers started talking about it. So instead of demanding, no, this is high cortisol, even though every test is showing it's not, hopefully you have a doctor that's willing to work with you to figure out why you're having whatever symptoms you're having. That's the distinction we need to make there. And then thankfully someone underneath said, trust your instincts. They literally measured it and it was normal. What do you mean? She means that she's trying to sell something.
I've been seeing girls all over my For You page saying that something they're not afraid to admit as a gym girl is that lifting heavy did make them bulky. And you know what? I stand by them, because when I first started working out in 2021, everyone swore up and down on TikTok, like, you will not get bulky, you will just look toned and good. And okay, that was true when I first started. Like, I would say like my first year, yeah, I just looked nice, toned. But at this point, I've been working out for like 3.5 years. Yeah, my upper body is getting big and bulky. And everyone has their little opinion, like, well, then that's your food. No, it's not, because it's just I'm going heavy and I'm training upper body 3 to 4 times a week. Like, that's why I'm getting bulky. And you know, it was all cute at the gym. I'd be in my sports bra like, holy shit, I'm huge. But when I would go in my like normal outfits, like if I was going out or something, I would be so self-conscious because my arms just looked massive. I obviously don't have a pump before I'm going out to the bars or wherever, and I'd be like, why, like, my arms look huge. Like, you would never guess I had like a 6-pack because my arms, my upper body just looked like very big, and I wasn't a fan of the look. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you want to keep lifting heavy, go for it. That is just not my personal preference. Like, I just didn't like how I looked. Anyways, so now I don't do any upper body at the gym. I do legs 3 times a week, and all the other days I do cardio. But lately I've been going to hot yoga and Pilates, and that's gonna count as like my upper body days, because it is upper body, but it's like light and it's like mostly your body weight, so it's not gonna cause you to like blow up, you know what I'm saying? So I actually haven't trained upper body in, I think, like 2 months. And I just feel so much more confident when I'm just like wearing my like going out clothes, because then it's like my arms, they still look toned, like they still, you can tell I work out, but they're just like, they're tinier. And I only just started going to hot yoga and Pilates, but I'm gonna start going 3 days a week, and I honestly love it. Like, I feel so good after going there.
There's a lot to break down here. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about the term bulky, or this idea of being bulky. That's gonna be subjective to everybody. Like, I have people tell me all the time, like, well, you're bulky, and like, that's fine. I don't see that as an insult. But then other people would be like, no, you don't look bulky, you look toned. So it's obviously subjective, right? I also just think, like, it's 2024. Can we stop taking like the negative connotation out of the word bulky? Like, people say like, well, you're bulky is like an insult. So first and foremost, bulky doesn't really mean anything. It's completely subjective, and like, let's take the negative energy out of it. I'll tell you right now why this girl got so big in her upper body, because she was training upper body 3 to 4 times a week. Girl, that's why your arms got so big. That's wild. I actually don't even do an upper body day. My split is push-pull, and then I do 1 to 2 like skills days where I'm working on kettlebell stuff or med ball stuff or sprints, or maybe I take a class. So honestly, that just comes down to inappropriate programming based off of her goals. And one of her goals is obviously aesthetic, which is absolutely fine. And that brings me into my last point. If you don't want big arms and you like your aesthetic goal is tiny arms, like that is absolutely fine. What I don't appreciate is the spreading of misinformation, because what she is basically trying to say is like, if you train upper body at all, you'll become bulky. But really, if you dig into what she said, it's not training upper body at all. It's the fact that she was training it 3 to 4 times a week. Obviously, I'm always going to push upper body training with some decent weight, something outside of just Pilates and hot yoga, because we want to preserve our muscle mass as we age. We want to, reduce the risk of broken bones, especially as women, since women are way more prone to osteoporosis as we age. So like, if you have super strong legs and you take a fall but you land on your arms, like you might break your arm, which is going to take away from your independence and really inhibit your quality of life. So that's the way that I like to think. Again, you can think aesthetics instead. I think there's risk versus reward for everything. And if my risk is that people on the internet tell me that my upper body's bulky, I don't really give a shit.
All right, ladies, this one's for you. Years ago, one of my good friends passed along a little tip to me when taking photos, and now I'm going to pass it on to all of you. All right, so when you're taking photos, instead of just standing normal, what you're going to do is you're going to push your face forward like this. Now, it's going to feel really uncomfortable and awkward, and you're going to think you look funny, but let me show you the difference. Should we show him? You ready? Okay. Here's me standing normal. Face forward. Normal. Face forward. Normal. Face forward. Do you see? You see the difference it makes in photos? This will give you such a like snatched looking jawline, chest area. You can thank me later.
There is no shade to this creator at all. This simply came up on my For You page and I was like, this is such a great example of how influencers manipulate what their body looks like based off of angles and posing and light. It also just reminds me of like, I always call it Instagram girl posture, where it's like the really big low back arch so that people can like accentuate their butt, but then people start standing like that all the time. It's gonna be the same thing with like forward head position. Everyone's gonna have an old lady hump. Tuck that chin back, girl.
You guys give me suggestions for workout content, whether it's dance parties or regular workouts, and I usually take notes and I try to, fulfill your wants and your needs. But this time I decided on releasing a workout video that I didn't really want to do, the Taylor versus Beyonce dance workout. I knew a lot of you would love it, and the people pleaser in me was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna like go for it. But my heart really wasn't in it. Every time I was supposed to do the shoot, I kept pushing it back because I'm like, I feel like anxious doing this. And I even bought the costumes. I asked you guys what songs you wanted to listen to. And when I did the research, which I usually do before I do a dance workout for what types of moves or what types of vibes the songs are bringing, I didn't love the imagery that I was seeing in these music videos from both artists. It was very dark, and that's stuff I don't really like to play with. So I have decided to cancel the Taylor Swift vs. Beyonce dance workout. And I actually felt really, really, really bad doing this, and I still feel bad because I know a lot of you were looking forward to it. But I had to be honest with myself and really think about like why I am creating this content and where my heart is and what I want you guys to enjoy. And I think I let my people pleasing go a little bit too far with committing to this dance workout. So I am going to be releasing on Monday instead a workout that I really love and put my heart into, and that is a 20-minute sweat. It is going to be a weight training and
All right, we get the idea here. So essentially, that's Grow with Joe, who I have mixed feelings on. But essentially, she promised to do a Taylor Swift Beyonce dance workout. And then while researching the artists a little more, felt that they had dark imagery that didn't align with her personal morals. I'm not going to touch on that. What I actually want to talk about is the fact that even though I disagree with a lot of the marketing that Joe does in regards to her workouts, I think it's a little manipulative. I think it's a little stuck in like 2012. I respect someone for having an ethical line in the sand. I talk about it a lot. God, I think I talked about it with Ladder already in this video. The type of content that you create and the type of content that you interact with is a vote for what you want to see more of, especially someone who works in this field. So it's obviously very important to me. I'm only creating content that I'm proud of and that I ethically believe in. And on the flip side, I try to only ingest and promote content like that. So, I know that Joe is very religious. So if Taylor Swift and Beyonce go against what she believes in as a religious person, I absolutely respect the fact that she has stuck to her own ethical code. That is not where y'all thought that was going, was it? Dude, I love it. Okay. What's the caption on this? This is actually funny. Middle-aged white women doing everything in their power to not work out like a normal human being. That is funny. Let's talk about this though, because although I promote the benefits of strength training, mobility work, moving with functional purpose, I also talk a lot about enjoyment. And you know what? If you are someone who has never had an exercise routine in your life, and this is what gets you moving for the first time, hell yeah. This looks like a blast. I would take this class. I would teach the hell out of this class. Now, hopefully, this type of class acts as an entryway into things that are going to help you live longer, statistically, and just help you move better longer, help you feel better longer. And then as you build out your strength routine, maybe you still stick stuff like this in. I still stick stuff like this in. I mean, not I would stick stuff like this in. Where is this class? Where can I come take it? But like, I'll take group fitness classes for fun. I do random kettlebell workouts for fun. I do different types of modality just besides 3 sets of 6 strength training. Like, you have to add the fun stuff in there to keep it sustainable, in my opinion. So I know that this was like shade, this TikTok, but I love it. I also think it's funny. Okay, last one. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to put this in here, and I'm going to because this creator has now made multiple videos basically shading me. So here's what happened. I posted a video with my friend Jane Sound of me eating potato chips, and the overlay is like, not every woman wants to lose weight. I'll say it again, not every woman wants to lose weight. And it's basically about how not every woman's goal is to lose weight. And then I wrote a lovely caption, which I will post on the screen here, basically talking about how most of marketing and fitness done toward women has to do with weight loss. But I have a lot of clients and not all of their goals are weight loss. Fitness is not only to lose weight. So even if you don't want to lose weight, here are some other goals that you might have, and working out can get you closer to them. I also talked about how I do have people with a weight loss goal, and that's a perfectly fine goal to have. So then I saw that someone had shared this on their page, and I actually had to read it like 6 times because I couldn't tell if they were agreeing or disagreeing with me. So it says, I agree, Justina, not every woman wants to lose weight, because instead of saying to women how ugly overweight women look, the media and content creators pander to them how beautiful they are in their ugly body. This creates more delusion and unrealistic expectations in women. Women become fat and lazy, entitled bitches. How is this healthy? As a fitness instructor to another fitness instructor, losing weight should be on their priority list because it's not healthy to be overweight, no matter how great people market body positivity, period. Girl, are you okay? So I messaged her and I said, are you joking? And I was gonna repost it to my page. And then I said instead, I'll refrain from reposting this so people don't message you. But I said absolutely nothing about the body positivity movement. If you read the caption, I simply state that there are other goals outside of weight loss. I also talk about how many of my clients have a weight loss goal, which I think is great. But only marketing fitness as a weight loss tool to women is wrong. Then they said, nope, it's not wrong. You do whatever you wanna do. I'm just saying that this is not healthy and you should know better. Wink face. So basically, what this person is saying is every person should want to lose weight for all of the disgusting reasons that she put in that video. So I asked, so I need to lose weight? Because by that logic, every woman needs to lose weight. They said, you're a fitness and health professional, so you know what's healthy. So promote what's actually healthy and good for body and mind, not what fat, lazy chicks want to hear. It's like I'm saying, not everyone needs to lose weight, and you're saying fat people are ugly. And I'm just like, what? We're not talking about the same thing. Like it's like talking to a brick wall. So I said, holy shit, there's either a huge language barrier here or you are a terrible coach. They never responded, but she did this was the first video. I actually didn't watch the rest because I was like, I don't need this mental space being taken up. But she made a video talking about how irresponsible I am. And I commented under it, hey girl, you can tag me. Because I'm an asshole. Let's watch.
Guys, it's so sad to see how many fitness instructors are pandering to fat, lazy women by telling to them, oh, embrace your body, you are special and unique.
I never said anything about embracing your body. I never said anything about people being special or unique. I said not everyone has a weight loss goal. Some people want to learn how to do 10 push-ups from the floor. Some people want to snatch 16 kilograms overhead. Some people want to improve their power in their golf swing. I never said anything about any of this.
Love yourself the way you are. All of these messages come from the body positivity scam.
Also, just as a side note, I have never said that I align with body positivity. If I'm gonna pick anything, I would say body neutrality is more where I lie. But most of where I lie is the fact that I never fucking said anything about this. I talked about setting other goals besides weight loss if you don't want to lose weight. For any reason. Also, there is obviously a language barrier here, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are saying the most disgusting things. Like, this is actually super messed up.
No matter how you market it, you can say, I don't promote body positivity per se, but you are saying certain things that come from the body positivity script, okay?
Body positivity promotes doing 10 push-ups from the floor. I had no idea. I had no idea that the body positivity movement, which was technically founded in this year, invented the idea of having the goal of doing 10 push-ups from the floor. I had no idea. Thank you.
Therefore, you are promoting, whether directly or indirectly, body positivity. And then when you tell me that I'm a terrible coach for telling people the truth, that if I see an obese person, I would tell him, the first thing I would tell him, make it your priority to lose weight because it's good for your bones, it's good for your joints, it's good for your heart, it's good for your liver. Shall I keep going? It's good for your mind.
So if you see an obese person, you're gonna walk up to them and tell them all of this. I'm sorry, you don't think they know that? You don't think they know that? You don't think that people have been telling people in bigger bodies this for years? Like, it's not helpful. You have to provide actionable tools. And let me also tell you right now, all of the things that I talk about that have nothing to do with, aesthetic goals most of the time, most of what I talk about is moving better, feeling better. You know what the side effect is of a lot of that, if you implement it and it's part of your goal, is weight loss. The way you can get to weight loss is the same way that you can just implement healthier habits, different nutritional habits, different movement habits, different sleep habits. All of these things have the side effect of weight loss, but not everybody needs to or wants to lose weight. And that is the great thing about bodily autonomy.
And then you tell me that I'm bad? Why? For telling the truth? Or for making you feel bad? Well, I don't care about your feelings.
You sound like an amazing coach. Holy shit. I don't care about your feelings. I just want you to not be obese. I'd hire you.
Because I'm a fitness instructor. I'm for health and well-being.
And being mean to people and saying you don't care about them, that's really good for people's well-being.
And nowhere it says that being fat is good and healthy.
And I never said that either.
You don't believe me? Go talk to the doctors. Go read some medical articles. And stop bullshitting people, okay?
This is what I deal with, everybody. I do want to point out one thing, and because her big thing is just over and over, fat is bad, obese is bad, you're unhealthy if you're in a bigger body. And she talks about medical articles and talking to doctors and all of this. And look, there are, and this might upset some people, but again, I'm following what studies have shown us thus far. There are studies and cases that show that people who are in a bigger body or maybe have a higher body fat percentage than what is deemed healthy. There are studies and cases and people that show that you can have completely normal and healthy blood panels, blood pressure, you can move really well. That has been shown. Unfortunately, as we age and having more weight on the body than the body can support, which is going to be different for everybody, that can lead to a host of different health issues. So there are a number of studies that show that, yes, people in larger bodies when they're younger can absolutely be healthy. That ratio of people starts to go down as we age, simply because the body is not something that is going to last forever. There is normal wear and tear, and the things that help promote longevity in the body, sleep, nutrition, weight training, daily movement, reduce stress. And when you implement a lot of those things very well, very consistently, like I said, a side effect quite often is weight loss. And I know people might hear this and be like, oh my God, Justina doesn't like fat people, and Justina's saying that all fat people are gonna die young. I never said that. What I'm saying is that the way that your body looks is quite literally none of my business. My job as a coach is to help people implement better sleep, better nutrition, lowered stress, daily movement, weight training to support their long-term health. What someone's body looks like is not important to me. The habits that they have implemented are what's important to me. I don't like to focus on how someone's body looks because number one, there is so much more than goes into it than those habits that I just talked about. And B, unfortunately, there's people like this creator out there who just want to make people feel bad. So much of the way that our body looks directs right to our mental health. Because society tells us if the way our body looks is good or bad, ugly or beautiful, worthy or unworthy. So why am I even gonna focus on that at all? When instead, I can focus on these things that I'm fully trained to focus on, and then the only person who needs to worry about what their body looks like is that person. I kind of wish I had a script for that part because I feel like I probably messed saying something up. Please be kind in the comments, not only to me, but to people in larger bodies. This is not an open discussion about bodies. I'm simply talking about different studies that have been done, which I will do my best to link below. And that was the last video. Let me know any thoughts that you have below. Again, that was not eloquently explained at all, so please be kind. Please use common sense if I misspoke on one word. And I'll see you in the next one.